So what can we do about it, though? Let's get on to business and how can we improve things. Well, first of all, I think just because it's a virtual webinar, your mindset should actually be that it's live. And everything that you would do if you were in a live auditorium with folks is really similar to what you'd want to do in a virtual sense. And that means, you know, engaging the audience and having an interactive discussion. Well, how do you do that? First of all, like we've already done, you've noticed that I've asked you already 3 or 4 questions to get input from you via the chat. It's a great way to get feedback. And it's a real simple way to do it, and you should use the embedded chat with whatever web conferencing tool you're using, because that's going to keep their attention on the slides and not be distracting by going back and forth either for you or for them. Secondly, polling, most tools include that, but you can, you know, there's thoughts both directions. Some people find the polling, if you use it within the tool, as a distraction, but even on a slide like this, you can use the chat pane as a polling mechanism. So for example, I can say, hey, on this list on the slide showing, give me a chat with the, you know, number 1 through 5. Tell me what you think is the best one or most important to include in your webinar. Many people like to include multimedia moving forward. That's something we're seeing more and more often. It could be either a video clip or an MP3, and many tools have that as well now. If you're doing a training webinar, Q&A is a neat way to make sure your audience is sticking with you, and so that would be something to include. And on larger webinars that are more consumer-oriented, Twitter can be a really fun, or other social mechanisms to engage with your audience in real time while things are going on. You can have a Twitter feed, you know, up on a screen. Not used as much in the business sense, but you know, there's 5 ideas right there. Again, tell me in the chat what you find helpful, or if you've got some ones that you've had success with, go ahead and chat those into me right now. We'll see if we can collect some additional ones from the audience, because I'm sure you've got great ideas. While that's coming in, I've gone ahead and helped out a little bit. Here's a few more. I think it's really interesting. I've got a daughter in middle school, and even at that level, they're doing the Socratic method, which, as you may know, literally puts people right on the spot. And you can ask people, hey, Peggy, I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this slide. Please send me a chat. That helps keep people engaged. For internal webinars, it might be appropriate to do a live brainstorming, and that's another neat way to get participation. You can have a whiteboard, so to speak, up on your tool where you're in a live manner collecting information, or even just use a Google document. It's not that difficult to do that sort of thing now. If you like to have data on the participation, there are tools that we offer and many others do that now track that type of engagement. So if that's important, feel free to have that. You can do it. Now, I think HubSpot, I'm not promoting their service or anything, but I think they've done a great job internally with training videos in terms of their presentation. So if you want to see some good ideas, then check those out. Clearly not every single one is perfect, but I think they, in general, do a real nice job on delivery and incorporating different types of engagement.